Top 5 most wanted. Earlier today, I posed the question of these fine fellows. If you could have a dream statue, what might be the one that you want to get the most, and by whom? Like, who would you want to see them make your statue that has not been announced yet, that hasn't been made yet, at least in this particular version? So we have a top 5, and we also, if you guys want to have a honorable mention, I have one myself, and we'll do that right before number 1. So I don't know, Matt, do you want to start us off? We'll go around the corner.
Do you want me to do all 5 of mine or no? Or
we'll go 5. We'll go around the horn. We'll go 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, like that.
So number 1 would be Ra's al Ghul 1/3 with Batman somehow integrated into the statue. So it'd be Batman and Ra's al Ghul. I think Prime 1 would do a awesome job on that one. Number 2.
No, just do
one.
Just one at a time. One at a time.
One at a time.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, one at a time.
But
all right, we'll go to Susan.
Yeah.
So wait, are we starting with 5 or are we starting with 1?
We'll go 5 to 1.
Okay. So my number 5 is a Sideshow Universal Monsters Wolfman, and I know they've done it in the past, but I would love for them to do a new version, because they do. Everyone agrees, like they've upped their game so much in the last year. I feel like Sideshow would do the Universal Monsters the best, because they've had the license forever, and they've worked with the Universal the longest. So number 5 would be classic Wolfman by Sideshow, but in quarter scale.
I'm gonna push it a little further. Who would you like to see sculpted?
Oh, probably Martin Canal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is fantastic.
There's so many talented ones, but just the way he did Court of the Dead, I feel like he could do classic Wolfman. Yeah,
he would be great. He would be great. Great pick. All right, Eric, what is your number 5?
Yeah, I'm just going to go off the cuff because I didn't make a list. Does it have to be something that isn't out yet, or it could be something that's out that you wish you had?
No, something that is not out, that has not been announced, that has not been done necessarily. Which one would you like done, and by whom?
All right. I mean, I don't want to go into too many spoilers, but I would say 3rd scale Clayface for number 5.
Okay, 3rd scale by anybody in particular? Do you want to Legendary Beasts? They've teased one.
Yeah, I know what we can say, what we can't say. So yeah, there's rumors of that going on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Okay, great pick. How about you, Jeff? Your number 5?
Oh, Susan made me think. I'd like to see Sideshow do a Vincent Price.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I'd like to see a House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Vincent Price.
Ooh, or Last Man on Earth.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be neat.
They'd have definitely 2 sales on that one, Jeff.
There you go. Great pick. And you want Sideshow to do it?
Yeah.
Yep. That'd be awesome. Jeff Delaney. Sorry. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be cool. You just want like him holding like a candle or something? Or it'd be kind of neat.
Or that decapitated head from House on Haunted Hill.
That could be cool. That's awesome.
I get it.
Yeah. How about you, Delaney, and your number 5?
I would like, I'm trying to decide if I want Sideshow or Prime 1 to do it, but I would like Death from the Endless to be made in quarter scale.
That's my 4. That's my number 4.
See? Brilliant minds.
Literally, brilliant minds.
Can you believe it hasn't been done yet?
I can't believe it hasn't been done with my pick was Prime 1, but I would take a Sideshow one too, because both of them would be amazing. Yeah,
totally.
Yep.
Well, my number 5 is another why hasn't it been done yet? From Sideshow Collectibles, a Riddler premium format.
Yep.
I hear about that for the last 5 years. I mean, I've been banging the drum for Penguin. We finally got a Penguin. We got a Mr. Freeze. So it's like, hallelujah. But for whatever reason, Riddler's not done. I know he is going to be done by some companies. I've heard rumblings. I've heard rumors. Nothing official yet, but Sideshow, a classic Riddler, bowler hat, You know, it's like I want the Hush Riddler specifically, and so I'd love to see. I know people might think he's boring at times, but I've heard a ton of people say I want a Riddler, and so hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe Sideshow Con this year we'll see one. But that was my number 5. Let's go to number 4.
I would say for me, it would be just because I love the story so much. I remember it finally when I was a kid. You could actually like write in and vote of how you wanted it to end. But the death in the family, I would love to see a death in the family. The death of Robin with maybe Batman holding him or something of that nature. The classic illustrations that they did back in 86, 88, I think it was. Just all-time favorite stories, and I just remember it because like I remember like writing it in like, hey, and everybody's like, why does everybody want to kill Robin? But they did it. They honored what the votes were and everything else like that. So just kind of sticks out to my childhood. So death in the family statue 1/3 style.
Did you say Prime 1? I was gonna say, did you want it specifically? They've been doing a lot of dios lately, so I could see them doing it in quarter scale more than 3rd scale.
Yeah.
But I'm right there with you. I think that'd be really cool to see. That's for sure. Well, we know Susan's number 4.
Yeah, I was like, I already did my number 4.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
But by Prime 1, Death from the Endless, like I can't believe they haven't done it. Anyone hasn't done it, but I would take Sideshow. I would take Prime 1 doing it. Both of those would be my top.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Eric, you're number 4?
All right. I mean, my list is going to be all Batman stuff because every time I try to collect something outside of the Batman universe, I seem to like not hold on to it for very long. But
that's because he's the best.
Like Star Wars, I would love to see any Star Wars piece, like a whole entire line in 1/3. But besides the point, I'm gonna go with Two-Face 1/3. Not what Tweeterhead's doing. I like the Tweeterhead quarter scale, but being that I'm moving up to 3rd scale, I'd like to see a company do a 3rd scale other than what Prime 1 did with the game version of Two-Face.
See, I really wanted to add him to my list as well, but he didn't make my list because I do have the Arkham one, which is fantastic, but I would like a more comic one, a comic version. I don't know. Do you have anybody in specific, like the look of him? Like, would you want like a Neil Adams type of look or something different?
Yeah. No, I honestly, I really love what Tweeterhead did. I just, you know what it is when it comes to my collection, I'm not sure because I collect a little bit of quarter scale and 3rd scale, and I'm restricted to cabinet space, so I never know like what's going to fit where. So I'm still eyeing actually that quarter scale from Tweeterhead. I might pick it up. I'm not sure yet.
I think it'll be a sleeper piece. I think people wish they had picked it up. I really do because he's just not done. Great pick though. Jeff Morris, what's your number 4?
I want a quarter scale of Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot when they blast into Wakanda.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
That,
like a dio.
Like see the one that XM did where it's Groot, but it's got Rocket on his shoulder. That's a really cool piece.
Yeah, it's the comic book one. Yeah. It looks fun. Well, would you want it like quarter scale?
Quarter scale.
That could be a fun diorama.
Yep.
Even if you like had to piece it together.
Set up in that scene, and I'm surprised it's not been done.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool one. I like that idea. It was a fun scene in itself, so it was fun. Jeff Delaney.
I would like a Sideshow premium format Ragman, and not the Arrowverse version, the 1976 Joe Kubert version.
Okay.
Really cool characters. His costume is a patchwork of souls.
You might have to have people like look that up because I'm guessing not everybody knows who Ragman is.
Probably not, although he was in part of the Arrowverse. So they might know that version, but that's not what I want. I want DC 1976 Ragman.
What does he look like?
He has it's a patchwork costume.
Okay.
He's called the Tatterdemalion because it's all tatters. But each piece is a soul over a bad guy that he's dispatched in whatever way.
That's cool.
Really cool story.
So I'm gonna save this image. I don't. This is probably a modern image, I'm guessing. So it's probably not what you're talking about. But at least this might give people maybe an idea. Hold on, let me see where I can find it. Is it this guy right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that did
Yeah.
not download. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he started off in 1976 by Joe Kubert,
bad image.
and he was just like an Irish dude that gets in bad with the mob in the neighborhood.
Almost
But
looks
in
like Blue
1991
Knight.
In 1991, they redid him. Keith Giffen redid him, and gave him a Jewish background, and based the whole Ragman character off the Golem of Prague, and made it much more interesting. And I don't know. I think he deserves more attention than he gets, and it would make a really good statue.
I say it looks really cool. It looks like it'd be a cool statue. It really does. My number 4 is from Prime One Studio. I'd like to see a George Jimenez Scarecrow. It's very different. Like we have the traditional kind of like bag over your head Scarecrow, or the one with the hat, but like the George Jimenez one is very different. It's got this giant wicker hat, and it's kind of like this gas mask thing. It's a real different look for him, and I think that would really stand out. And so I would love to see a George Jimenez Scarecrow from Prime One Studio, 1/3 scale. That's my number 4. Number 3, Matt.
All right. Besides Batman, I'm a big G.I. Joe guy because of my childhood. I had all the G.I. Joes. You know, I was G.I. Joe like crazy.
Hey, now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, exactly. And one of my favorite villains in that was when they introduced Serpentor.
Oh, yeah.
He was just so cool to me. And I know in the past years, a Sideshow did a Serpentor, but I would like to see
Prime One did.
Serpentor with his on his flying thing. You know, I don't know what it was called, you know, now, but where he was flying.
That chariot thing.
The chariot. And there was one episode where Cobra Commander, like, Serpentor was kind of flying by, and Cobra Commander jumped on it, and he's like holding on underneath, kind of on top. I'd like to see a statue of that. That would be awesome, neat, you know, type thing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat. Yeah, I'd say that there's still a lot of G.I. Joe popularity all these years later. Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. If you hop down that rabbit hole with the figures, I mean.
Yeah, you don't need to go there.
No. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't need to go there. Not with your collection.
No, exactly. I mean, Jesus. But yeah, I love Serpentor from
That's
back
cool.
in the day. Yeah.
Susan, you're number 3.
Okay, I want a. I love the Sideshow Mythos line from Star Wars that they do.
Yes.
And I want a Sideshow Mythos Sabine Wren of what happens to her between Rebels and the Ahsoka show, because she goes through a lot in that time period. So like just the storytelling, they could like, I love the way they tell stories within those Mythos pieces all on their own. So I would love to see a Sabine Wren from in the time period between Rebels and Ahsoka.
Cool.
That's awesome. You say those pieces are so good. Like so good. Like
no one does anything else like it. So
No.
they're totally unique to Sideshow.
Yeah, they're so well done. So I hope you get your wish. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I love that line.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, you're number 3?
A 1/3 Mr. Freeze. Preferably, I guess, either Legendary or Prime One, since they're the only ones that seem to make 1/3 now.
Absolutely. Any particular look you would want to go with, or just Freeze in general?
Freeze in general. You know, I really do like the Arkham version. It's just it's so big the way, you know, his guns shooting forward and all the eye shards on the bottom. But I think that's a really cool look for him. But yeah, I think any Freeze will do.
Be cool. I like that. Jeff Morris, you're number 3.
My number 3 was the Hush style quarter scale Riddler. So I'm going to say a quarter scale Dr. Fate.
Okay.
Because Dr. Fate's kind of, I'd like to see that.
Kind of like the old Superpowers version, like that kind of look with the yellow.
I would like to see them update it a little bit. I like the way he looked in the Black Adam movie. If they could.
Yeah, I think he looked great in that movie.
Yeah.
Jeff?
My number 3 is a line. I would like to do I like Blitzway to do all 7 members of the original Star Trek.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
Whoa.
That
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Oh, with Blitzway's head
That would be
sculpt.
so awesome.
It'd be really fun.
I would think that they would do well. There's such a big Trek or Trekkie
I
fandom still.
mentioned Star Trek to Ant, and he said they don't sell. I mean, instantly, they don't sell.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, you have 3 amazing ones back behind you
Yeah.
from Dark Side.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I love them. They'll never leave my collection.
Yeah.
Unless
I love
Blitzway does all 7.
yeah, well, yeah, right.
I
You want 'em
love
to
that
match.
idea.
It's a great idea. My number 3 is similar to Eric's. I am doing Mr. Freeze as well. Not necessarily. I would love a 3rd scale for sure, but I would love to see a Mr. Freeze and Nora diorama with like the big dome with her floating in there with like his hand on the glass.
Yeah.
I would love that diorama, and I can see somebody doing it. It needs to be the right company, but I think in quarter scale would be fine for me. I just think it would be it just has so much storytelling and that love and that passion for each other, even trying to bring her back to life. I just think that's an awesome story, and I would love to see that. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Dios are really popular right now. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy's got a really great image of the 2 of them, and I would love a Sean Murphy version. I think that would be really cool. But so that was my number 3. Number 2, Matt.
I would. I'm a big Star Wars fan too. So Sideshow just released the Boba Fett with the Han Solo in the carbonite. Where he's kind of leaning.
Yep.
On it. I'm on the wait list to get it because I love that one. But what I would like to see, because nowadays they're using the magnets a lot and all, doing the Han Solo in the carbonite, like laying down, but do that like magnet where it's hovering. Where it can hover and have like maybe Boba Fett like on the side of it or in front of it, walking with it, but actually where the Han Solo in the carbonite is like hovering because of the magnets and stuff. I think that would look awesome.
Like Empire, when they're loading them up on the Slave One or whatever. That's not called
Slave One.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
still always be
Slave
Slave One, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to change it to, but it's still Slave One to me. So yeah, I'm glad you guys agree. That's a great pick. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, well, especially with the magnet technology that they're doing today, and just walking into it or walking by it and see it kind of hovering a little bit. I think that would look awesome.
That would look cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Susan, you're number 2.
Okay, my number 2. So Sideshow's done a lot of couple statues where they've done like Mary Jane and Peter Parker, and they've done Catwoman and Batman. They just announced that they're going to do Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah.
I want Green Arrow and Black Canary. Green Arrow and Black Canary have always been like my favorite comic book couple. I even named my new kitten Oliver Queen. So
great.
I want a Green Arrow Black Canary couple statue, so that it probably would wind up being like what the 5th scale statues that they do. But I really want Green Arrow Black Canary as a couple.
Any particular pose you envision? Like, can you imagine?
I actually would love it if he's helping her, like DC Direct actually did this statue, and I have it in like a really small scale, but he's like helping her like pull back the bow. So I would want something like that, but like, I don't know, like them fighting together. Maybe she's like screaming and he's posed above her, because like they're such a good pair.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
Like an in-action type pose.
Well, I think that Sideshow's done such a great job with those. I'm hoping that they're doing really well. Obviously, they're continuing to do more, so maybe we'll see that.
I mean, and I think Gambit and Rogue is going to be a huge hit. So like, I hope that maybe they do because they did Batman and Catwoman. Now they're doing a Marvel couple. Maybe they'll come back to a DC couple. Maybe so like.
I was gonna say Superman and Lois too, which I love.
That's right. That's
a great one, really great one. I think that's one of my favorites of all of them so far. I really like that one. How that turned out.
So and I have the Mary Jane and Peter Parker. That's the J. Scott Campbell one where she's sitting on the couch and he's like hugging her. I love that one. Yeah. So I would like another couple. My other favorite couple. That's
cool. That's probably my favorite J. Scott Campbell piece. I love that statue. It's so well
that's
done.
My favorite J. Scott Campbell piece too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. There you go. I love it. Eric B, what's your number 2?
Well, speaking of the masses, what about, and it's good timing, what about a Deadpool versus Wolverine? But that's not my pick.
Is that like a little fake teaser where you're teasing us out there? Yeah.
I was like, this is a good idea. Here you go.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
For the masses that have been commenting that they want to see that statue made. Number 2 is going to be, again, 3rd scale Scarecrow.
Okay. Like, do you like my version? Do you want like more of like a classic?
No, classic. Yeah,
classic. Okay, that'd be cool. I'd love to see it. We'll see if it ever happens. Well, I think for sure we'll get one from Legendary Beast. I don't know about Prime. Prime one's definitely, they don't have a lot of confidence right now, but I hopefully Jay will do the right thing and make it. Jeff Morris.
I would like to have a half-scale Iron Man with the actual Robert Downey Jr. head.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
It's like, it's just crazy how many statues have been made without it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a likeness issue.
There's a ton of complete suits, but none with the unmasked, unhelmeted.
Yeah.
What was it? XM that did that. It's a pretty large piece, but where he's like getting suited up, like in the transformation phase. That's pretty.
That
cool.
gantry thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's neat. That's a great pick, and it would look really great next to your half-scale Captain America.
Yeah.
Sure would. Jeff Delaney. Sorry, you're number 2.
I need a 1/3 scale She-Hulk to go with my 1/3 scale Hulk.
There you go.
Ooh, yeah.
You just, after that extensive search to get your what is that? Is that 5th scale or 6th
It's
scale?
5th. I wish it
yeah.
was quarter, but I still love it. But yeah, to go with the Hulk, which dominates the room, I need a She-Hulk in 1/3.
I don't know if you were in on it, Susan, or not, but Jeff had been looking for the She-Hulk from Sideshow. And he had been looking, and you couldn't find it. Like, no one was ever selling it. You couldn't ever find it anywhere. How long? What did you look for? Like 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, it took a long time.
Before we finally found one, and so we finally got it. But it was crazy; you couldn't find it anywhere.
That's insane.
Anywhere.
That seems like something you could find.
I know.
It's not that old.
I know. It's just, but people weren't selling. People must love it because they weren't selling it at all.
I mean, it's a great piece.
Yeah, it is.
I was saying not for nothing, but I'm still actually looking for it for you because I'm determined to find one.
For you. There you go.
I don't see any for sale in the groups.
Eric, I got it.
That's right.
I know, but I feel like I need to still find one.
I need to find it. My number 2 is a 1/3 scale Clayface, which again I think we're going to get from Legendary Beast, and I don't necessarily care if it's Clayface from Prime 1. We did get that great new Daniel Bell piece with Batgirl, which I've ordered, so at least I'm going to have at least a representation of Clayface in the collection. But I would like a 3rd scale. I know it's going to be massive, but if they can make a Legendary Beast Hulk, they can make a Legendary Beast Clayface, and I believe they've already teased it. So. That's definitely one that I'm interested in. I don't necessarily. I kind of like that more like animated series with the teeth, and that particular face. Because sometimes it gets kind of too horror-like, and I don't really think. I just don't like it as much. But yeah, I'm excited about that, and so hopefully number 2, Clayface. Matt, let's go to number 1. If you have an honorable mention it first, and then do your number 1.
I'll just do my number 1. I would like to see Prime 1 Blitzway 1/3, a Poison Ivy with Batman kind of intertwined in her vines, with Batman in it, as well as Poison Ivy kind of looking at him, type thing like that, where he's kind of she's got him intertwined in the vines, kind of tangled up. I think that would be pretty cool.
I think that sounds great. Love that idea. And what scale?
1/3. 1/3.
1/3. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Susan, do you have an honorable mention or your number 1?
I don't, but my number 1 is a line. I really want Prime 1 to do an X-Men line. Like they do such good, they just do such good scenes that I would really love X-Men by Prime 1. And specifically Rogue. And then also, but also more modern X-Men. Like obviously I would love an X-23 by Prime 1 because just X-Men by Prime 1. I just feel like they could do such a good job with that property. So that's my number 1, is that line.
Yeah, if they ever get Star Wars or Marvel,
I know
it's just crazy. It would change the game, I think, for sure.
Change the game.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Yeah, great line. That would be awesome. I think a lot of people would agree with you. They would love to see it for sure.
Yeah.
Eric, your number 1 or honorable mention?
I'll do both. Honorable mention, and no offense to Legendary Beast, but I'd like to see a proper Alex Ross Batman, either 1/3 or 1/4.
Yes, sir. It's amazing we haven't had more of that. It really is. But I think I'm just here. I'm here to tell you. I think we have more coming. I think we have Alex Ross stuff coming.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do something a little different. It's not gonna be 3rd scale. It's actually I want a 1/4 scale Riddler. And the reason being is I feel like any 3rd scale Riddler is going to be a museum style. And I like my 3rd scales to be a little bit more, roomier and take up more space. And I don't feel like we're going to get that out of Riddler. I have a feeling it's going to be a museum pose. So I want a 1/4 scale Riddler to replace my Scarecrow. And I want a 1/3 Scarecrow. That's where I'm going.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. Great pick. Good picks. Jeff Morris, your honorable mention and your number 1.
I would like, here's an honorable mention. I would like to see a diorama 1/4 scale of Captain America and the Winter Soldier fighting from the movie or comic. I think that could be cool.
That'd be awesome.
The number 1 thing I'd like to see is a 1/4 scale Joker in a Neil Adams type look.
Yeah.
Because that's the Joker I'm waiting on.
Yep.
Because they're all kind of cool, but I'm like, it's not really what I think of. I like that face, that look, that.
That'd be awesome. I mean, he's got one of the most iconic Joker covers of all time with Neil Adams. Like, how great would it be to have something like that? I would love that. I'm right up there with you on that. That's awesome. Jeff, honorable mention or number 1?
Honorable mention, I would like a Jack Knight Starman, probably from Sideshow. I think that'd be really cool. And number 1, I'll never get, because I'm probably the only one that wants it. I would like, again, Blitzway, to do a 1/4 scale Jamie Summers, the Bionic.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh.
I just like her.
Going classic, yeah.
My first celebrity crush.
That's awesome.
Mine was Batman.
Oh, there you go. I say mine was Joe from The Facts of Life. So at least you have a better one than I do. Yeah.
Mine was Batman from Batman the Animated Series. I was in love with him.
I love it. Hey, Kevin Conroy, that voice. Come on.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that is a great pick for number 1. I would love to see that. I don't think it probably will happen, but you never know. Never say never.
Never gonna happen.
That's right. My honorable mention is a Greg Capullo Batman by Prime One.
Good.
I just feel like Prime One does such a great job of the Fabox and the Finches and like everybody else, but we don't have any Capullo really represented. And knowing how Capullo feels about that particular company, I don't think we'll probably ever get that. But I would love to see it. And so, yeah, that's Capullo for sure. Then my number 1 is an Ivan Reyes Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. And I know that Legendary Beast is going to do one. I don't know if it'll necessarily be Ivan Reyes, but having met him finally at MegaCon, having 2 originals of his from, and having the actual page from One Bad Day, I love the illustrations in that. I love his drawings. I feel like it's the best of that entire series in terms of just pure drawing and story. And so I would love a Ra's al Ghul, especially if it could include Italia, which I think is going to happen. You guys know I love Italia. I love that particular realm of the pit and everything else. So again, that's my number 1.
How can Talia not be on your list?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
She's on my top 20.
What the hell?
We only did we would be here for hours if we did a top 20.
Who are you?
She's on the top conversion.
Yeah.
Speaking of disappointing everyone, I did cancel a statue this week.
Vampirella.
I canceled Vampirella.
Oh well.
Because she was my Talia stand-in. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's $1,700 for a statue I'm probably going to sell. It would have been a great review, I know, but at the end of the day, I couldn't do it. So
I think she would have been offended that she was just a stand-in for you.
She would have been offended. I agree. I agree. But at the end of the day, I know I'm going to eventually get Italia. I think Jay's going to do that for us with Legendary Beast. And so I'm just excited to have a Ra's al Ghul and Italia. That'd be pretty awesome. So great lists, everybody. Great lists.
It was fun.
It was cool.
It was fun. It's just interesting. Like when I texted Susan earlier, the first thing she said was like, "This is so hard." And
it was really hard.
Like, when you try to like come up with stuff that you really want, or like trying to rank your favorite statues or collectibles, like it is hard because, you know, and you clearly everybody except for Eric, who didn't write a list.
Well, it's in my head. We do this. Like
I know. I'm just giving you. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I didn't write mine either. I just,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just up in the noggin. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I wouldn't have remembered if I wrote it 5 minutes ago. So yeah. But it is hard. It is hard to come up with a list and try to like rank where you'd put things and stuff like that. But it is fun to kind of reflect and think about the future of what might come out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it in the chat. And again, everybody, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.